Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, April the 25th, and we are here to look at the new releases being set into the wild this week. Today is Fantasy and Science Fiction Day, so we'll see what is new this week in those genres. We do a different genre every day of the week. On Mondays, we do cozy mysteries. On Tuesdays, we do mysteries and thrillers. Wednesdays, we do romance. Thursdays, like today, we do fantasy and science fiction. Friday, tomorrow, is Freeform Friday. We look at the things that otherwise caught our attention or cozy mysteries. There's always a lot of cozy mysteries. Good morning, Mary. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? Do you have a show this weekend? Let's see, quick announcements. We do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll go for 2.5 hours. I do every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday afternoons at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and that one goes for 5 hours. Let's find the most beautiful coffee cups and pictures. You should see how many coffee cups I have in the wings. But thank you. Deborah says, good morning, Deborah. How you doing? All right. We are looking at fantasy and science fiction. Let me get rid of this banner. Let me get a sip of coffee. My coffee maker died, so I'm doing General Foods International Coffee. Nom nom nom. Café Francais. I'm debating a show this weekend. Supposed to rain, and I don't have a tent. Oh, eesh. And you can't share with somebody? Do you know anybody? And he says, hi, Deborah. You can do it out of your car. As people are walking, trudging towards the rainy thing, say, psst, buddy, got some gorgeous jewelry here for you. All right. Let me close that tab. A Letter to the Luminous Deep, A Sunken Archive, #1 by Sylvie Cathrall. Cathrall? A charming fantasy set in the underwater world with magical academia and pen pal romance. You will see a lot of pen pal romances because of Divine Rivals that came out last year. Lots and lots. A beautiful discovery outside the window of her underworld home prompts the reclusive E to begin a correspondence with renowned scholar Henry Clell. The letters they share are filled with passion, at first for their mutual interests, and then inevitably for each other. Together they uncover a mystery from the unknown depths, destined to transform the underwater world they both equally fear and love. But by no more mere coincidence, a seaquake destroys E's home, and she and Henry vanish. A year later, E's sister Sophie and Henry's brother Byron are left to solve the mystery, piercing together the letters, sketches, and field notes left behind, and learn that what their siblings' disappearance might mean for life as they know it. Okay. Well, they got me at epistolary. I will check it out, just from that word alone. Mary asks, do you sell your jewelry, Deborah? I like the cover of a... Yeah. We will see. A Whisper in the Walls by Scott Rankin. This is book 2 of 2 in the Waxways. Ren Monroe is a wolf among lions. After infiltrating one of the greatest houses in Cathor through her successful bond with Theo Brood, she finds Theo's father is 2 steps ahead. He exiles Theo and isolates Ren, strategically working to break her unwelcome grasp on his son, and foiling Ren's first step to enacting the revenge she's been planning her whole life. Ren might have more resources than she'd ever imagined growing up, but she'll still get nowhere without allies. Enter House Tinvori. Years ago, House Brood led an unprecedented raid to destroy a fellow House of Cathor, but a few siblings survived, and they haven't forgotten the horrors waged against their family. Quietly, they've plotted their own revenge, waiting for the right moment to strike. And Ren Monroe might be their best chance. It's an interesting, very cold cover. I don't know. Oh, Nalini Singh has a new one. Archangel's Lineage. 16th in the Guild Hunter series. Now there's a pose. Yeah. Which I will not read this series because it has the vampires in it. Raphael and Elena are experiencing their first ever year of true peace. No war, no horrors of archangelic power, no nightmares given flesh, until the earth beneath the refuge begins to tremble, endangering not only Angelkind's precious and fragile young, but the very place that has held their most innocent safe for eons. Amid the chaos, Elena's father suffers a violent heart attack that threatens to extinguish their last chance to heal the bonds between them and make sense of the ruins of their agonizing shared history. Even as Elena battles grief, Raphael is torn from her side by the sudden disappearance of an archangel. But worse yet is to come. An ancestor, an angel unlike any other, stirs from his sleep, capital S, sleep, to warn the cadre of a darkness so terrible that it causes empires to fall and civilizations to vanish. This time, even the cadre itself may not be able to stop a ticking clock that is counting down at frightening speed. Dot, 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 dot. Hi, Helen. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you. Mary says, Hi, Helen. What a lovely surprise to have you join us. And she says, I work from home, so like to watch if I have no meetings. Fantastic. Welcome. We appreciate you joining in here. It's Thursday, so we're looking at fantasy science fiction. Escape Velocity by Victor Manibo in May. Never mind. Enjoy the cover. We're moving on. Love Lost, Tales from the Alpha Art Gallery, Book 6. Well, let's start double checking the dates. Yes, we're good. By Cynthia St. Aubin. So now you're the Alpha. For neophyte werewolf, I'm out. Hannah Harvey, life is a wedge of triple creme brie. Sure, there's a group of local furries aggressively adoring her right there in the frozen appetizer aisle, and the constant complaints from high maintenance boar shifters are making any kind of work life balance utterly impossible. But at least she's living happily ever after with her 3 cats and her man crush worthy mate, Mark Abernathy. Only Abernathy has been extra broody lately, and Hannah's attempts to uncover the cause have driven him to become more distant. When Hannah's plans to pull him out of his funk with a surprise birthday party never do surprise. Result in a cryptid catastrophe. She has no choice but to go on the lam with ex-boyfriend, ex-detective James Morrison. Now a freelance paranormal private investigator, Morrison insists that Hannah's life is in imminent danger, and the emergence of a powerful enemy from her past only solidifies his theory. Not my jam, but that's okay. It is new, and there are readers for every book out there. Song of the Six Realms, double checking the date. We're good. By Judy I. Lin. A dreamy gothic romance worthy of the heavens. Zhu, I don't know how to pronounce that. A talented young musician has no past and probably no future. Orphaned at a young age, her kindly poet uncle took her in and arranged for an apprenticeship at one of the most esteemed entertainment houses in the kingdom. She doesn't remember much from before entering the House of Flowing Water, and when her uncle is suddenly killed in a bandit attack, she is devastated to lose her last connection to a life outside of her indentured contract. This sounds very much like Kushil's Dart, kinda. With no family, no patron, Zhu is facing the possibility of a lifetime of servitude, playing the kin for nobles that praise her talent from one breath and sneer at her lowly social status with the next. Then one night, she is unexpectedly called to the garden to put on a private performance for the enigmatic drinking game. Sorry, drinking game. Duke Meng. For a young man of nobility, he is strangely kind and awkward and surprises you further with an irresistible offer. Serve as a musician in residence at his manor for 1 year, and he'll set her free of her indenture. Well, yeah. But the Duke's motives become increasingly more suspect when he and Sue barely survive an attack by a nightmarish monster, and when he whisks her away to his estate, she discovers he's not just some country noble. He's the Duke of Dreams, one of the divine rulers of the celestial realm. There she learns the six realms are on the brink of disaster, and incursions by demonic beasts are growing more frequent. The Duke needs Zu's help to unlock memories from her past that could hold the answers to how to stop the impending war. But first, Zu will need to survive being the target of every monster and deity in the six realms. Grandma Susan, good morning. Looking forward to sprints tonight. Yes, indeed. Tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Might start a little bit early, so stay tuned. Mary says, hello, welcome. We're looking at the new releases this week of fantasy and science fiction. Double check the date. Where is the date? Did I miss it? Okay, we're good. Star Splitter by Matthew J. Kirby. Oh, really? This is a 2024 Edgar Award nominee, which means it has mystery elements to it. $21.99. Deep space exploration. Wait a minute. If it's a nominee, then we need to look at the hardcover date. Nope. Moving on. Sorry. We only do books being released this week. This one's in August. Oh my. We might be looking at Cozy Mysteries. The Redemption of Morgan Bright. Lots and lots of reviews for this one by Chris Panettiere. Yeah. What would guilt make you do? Hadley Keene died on the road leading away from Hollyhock Asylum. The reasons are unknown. Her sister Morgan blames herself. A year later, with the case still unsolved, Morgan creates a false identity, that of a troubled housewife named Charlotte Turner, and goes inside. Morgan quickly discovers that Hollyhock is not right. She is shaken by the hospital's peculiar routes and is soon beset by strange episodes. All the while, the persona of Charlotte takes on a life of its own, becoming stronger with each passing day. As her identity begins unraveling, Morgan finds herself tracing Hadley's footsteps and peering into places they lead. The terrifying reality of this book unfolds over the course of chapters, told from the points of view of both Charlotte and Morgan, police interviews, and text messages. I don't see where that's fantasy or science fiction. Sounds more like horror thriller. Huh. All right, this one is this week. I'm going to get to the library today to load on more new books. One to start tonight if I'm lucky. Ooh, that's going to be so fun. I'll come with you. The Wings Upon Her Back by Samantha Mills. This is a debut. A disgraced soldier fights to make sense of her world and the gods who abandoned it. Devastating exploration of the brutal costs of zealous loyalty. Xenia was a teenager when she ran away to join the mechanically modified warrior sect. She was determined to earn mechanized wings and protect the people of Rhodesia, the city she loved. Under the strict tutelage of a mercurial, charismatic leader, Vodoya, Xenia finally becomes winged Zomalai. But after, give me points, I'm trying. These are made up words. But after 26 years of service, Zemalai is disillusioned with her role as an enforcer in an increasingly fascist state. After one tragic act of mercy, she is brutally cast out and loses everything she worked for. As Zemalai struggles for her life, oh, I get it. She changed her name from Xenia to Zemalai. Okay. Struggles for her life, she must question her sect, their leader, and even the gods themselves. All right. Do I tend to read actual books or on electronic device? Me personally, I mostly read ebooks. It's easier to carry around and you can get them in 5 seconds or less. But if I really, really like the book, I will also get the physical copy of it because I have realized that my access to access to the ebooks could be cut off at any time if somebody doesn't like the way you think these days. How about you? Double check the date. We're good. Dragon Rider by Taryn Matharu. Can an orphan captive learn the secrets of the Dragon Riders to stand up and avenge his people? Jai lives as a royal hostage in the Sabin court. Ever since his father Rohan, leader of the Stepfolk, led a failed rebellion and was executed by the very emperor of Jai now serves. Well, if his father was executed, what is he being held a royal hostage for? When the emperor's son and heir is betrothed to Princess Erika of the neighboring Dansk kingdom, she brings with her a dowry, dragons. Endemic to the northern nation, these powerful beasts come in several forms, but mystery surrounds them. Only Dansk royalty know the secret to soul bonding with these dangerous beasts to draw on their power and strength. This marriage and the alliance that forms will change that forever. But conspirators lurk in the shadows, and soon the Sabin court is in chaos. With his life in danger, Jay uses the opportunity to escape from the Dansk handmaiden Frida and a stolen hatchling. Hunted at every turn, he must learn to cultivate magic and become a soul-bound warrior if he has any chance of finding safety, seizing his destiny, and seeking his revenge. Dot, 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 dot. Ocean's Godori? That's an interesting cover. Double check the date. We're good. Ocean Yoon has never felt very Korean, even if she is descended from a long line of, I apologize, I'm going to not do these words right, Hinyo, Jeju Island's beloved female divers. She doesn't like soju, constantly misses cultural references, and despite her love of the game, people still say she doesn't play Hwatu like a Korean. Ocean's also persona non grata at the Alliance, Korea's solar system dominating space agency, since the mission went awry and she earned a reputation for being a little too quick with her gun. When her best friend, Teo, second son of the Anand Tech Empire, is framed for murdering his family, Ocean and her misfit crewmates are pushed to the forefront of a high stakes ideological conflict. But dodging bullets and winning space chases may be the easiest part of what comes next. Huh, I'm intrigued. As much as I really, really love science fiction, I like to read about humans in space. Mary says she prefers the real thing. There's something so tactile in holding the books and turning the pages. Not to mention the smells of real books. Retired library director. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you just made it. Oh, that's gonna be very popular. Woo, that should be very popular. Just made a dragon necklace yesterday. And so it took me a long time to switch to Kindle as like to stroke the book. Yikes, is that akin to licking your beads? Don't stroke the books. Now I love the Kindle as it doesn't take up the space as books do. Well, and my mom is 87. She'll be 88 in June. Um, she loves the Kindle. Not only is it lighter to hold, because she has issues with her hands, but you can change the font size, which is also very helpful. Me, I just like getting books in 2 minutes. Where are we gonna go? Off with their heads? Goodness. Fantasy, young adult. By Zoe Hannah Makuta. Another Korean story-based story. Korean inspired. In a world where saints are monsters and Wonderland is the dark forest where they lurk, it's been 5 years since young witches and lovers Carol Rabbit and Isadora Alice Sickle were both sentenced to that forest for a crime they didn't commit, and 4 years since they shattered one another's hearts, each willing to sacrifice the other for a chance at freedom. Now Carol is a successful royal saint harvester, living the high life in the glittering capital and pretending not to know of the twisted monster experiments that her beloved Red Queen hides deep in the bowels of the palace. But for Ika, the memory of Caro's betrayal has hardened her from timid girl to ruthless hunter, a hunter who will stop at nothing to exact her vengeance on Caro, on the Queen, on the throne itself. But there's a secret about the saints the Queen's been guarding, and a volatile magic at play, even more dangerous to Ika and Carol than they are to each other. Dot 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 dot. Well, the bell has rung. Play. Oh, it is playing. It's just very subtle. All right. That is all we have time for today. All right. So yes, we do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I start a little bit early by about 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes traffic goes in my favor and walking here goes much more quickly. So they will go for 2.5 hours tonight. I do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings, and then Saturday afternoons at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and those go for 5 hours. Tomorrow's morning show will be Freeform Friday. So we will look at some things that have caught our attention otherwise. I know there's an autobiography, well, we'll see it tomorrow, in honor of Shakespeare's birthday this week. Plus, we'll also look at more cozy mysteries because there's always more cozy mysteries. I hope you guys have a very good Thursday. Take care of yourselves. Read good books. If you're not reading a good book, it's okay to set it aside. It's just not the right time to read it. It's not a reflection of the author or the book or you. It's just those three things are not in the right time space. There's always more books to read. Always more books to read. So please have a good day. Hope to see you tonight. Hit the like button. Tell people about us. We'd like to grow. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a booking monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.